If you think that recruiters are carefully reading every resume from top to bottom, we need to have a conversation. Because the truth is that most applications take between 6 to 8 seconds to evaluate for almost every recruiter. And no, it's not because they don't care. It is due to volume and how hiring actually works. And today we're going to go through step by step exactly why resumes and applications get rejected, and also why even very qualified candidates don't get to come to an interview. And why this happens so fast. For one single role, it can be hundreds, even up to thousands of applications. And this matters a lot because the first step of any recruitment, it's not about finding the single best candidate. It is about eliminating those who don't clearly match. And even if you are qualified, you might get rejected because you're not showing the relevance fast enough. And the exact order that the recruiters are looking at your resume is start by looking at your job title and the role alignment. How well does that align with the role that they are recruiting for? They're not looking at your potential or your personality. They're looking at how well will this align with the role that I'm recruiting for. Next off, they're looking at, okay, what type of company have you worked for? What is the size of the company? What is the industry? How well does that compare with the company that I'm recruiting for at the moment? It's not about prestigious companies and things like that. It is the relevance. How well can this compare and be comparable with the role and the company that I'm recruiting for now? Thirdly, the timeline. Then they look at your timeline. Does your career path, does it make sense? Can you see exactly why you've taken the different steps in your career? And if you have gaps in your career, that's no deal breaker. But if you have unexplained patterns, that can be a deal breaker. Fourth, it is the proof of impact. Then they're looking for your results. They're looking for what's happened when you were in that position. Not just responsibilities, but results. Why most resume advice misses the point? Because there are so many advice that are spreading out there. They're coming up new ones by the day. But most of them are focusing about the layout of the resume, focusing about the design, about colors, about images. But in the early screening process, that's not what's going to make you go to the interview, but clarity will. Because even an amazingly designed resume can get rejected instantly. And what doesn't help you early on? Here are some of the things that does not help you when you are writing your resume. Having a photo, having your full address. You can add in your city if you want, but don't use your full address. Your age or your personal hobbies, because these are not relevant to the role that you're applying to. And also, they're not increasing your chances. They might even sometimes hurt your chances. And why even strong candidate can be rejected directly? It is usually one out of three reasons. Firstly, the titles, they don't match or align with the role that we're recruiting to. Number two, they have way too much text and too little signal. They're just writing these long essays. And thirdly, they're just written to try and impress with all these buzzwords instead of showcasing their results, what they've actually accomplished in the different roles. And if your resume can't be understood in seconds, well, it's not doing its job. And remember now, if you got any sort of value from this video, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and comment down below what was your favorite part. And also, if you want a step-by-step guide how to build a resume that actually works, that will get you towards the interviews, comment the resume down below. I hope that I'll see you very soon.